right now, what we are looking at is one of the sheets I put together, yeah? And what should I do with it? Naturally, as a developer of this sheet, it's pretty clear to me how it's supposed to be used. But let me imagine I'm end user right now who sees it for the very first time. Naturally, guys, as Dalton, Martin, NG, will go through everything, try to click everywhere and explore what are the options, right? Like Indiana Jones or Lara Croft.
Yes, exactly. You know me.
Yeah, exactly. But we shouldn't forget about the rest of the end users. Those people who really need to understand how the technology works, how the software, how the solution is supposed to be used in order to use it on a regular basis and being confident in the way how they use it. And for them, there can be just this simple button here. It doesn't need to take much space. It can be a simple button that explains to me what should I do. So here I see that, okay, I should start obviously with this chart. I can click here, select the region, then select the state. Okay, let me go next. Then I should explore visualizations here. Oh, it's interactive. Great, I'll definitely try that. Hover your mouse over the map to see details. Oh, that's perfect. That's really cool. I really need this data, yeah, because otherwise it's just colorful map, but I need to see that. Great to know. And then there's something I definitely should report to my colleagues. Okay, or not. Maybe that was in my browser. But I see that there is a menu in the object where I can discuss my thoughts. I can discuss my findings with my colleagues. Okay, let's do it. Now it's clear, it's transparent, and let me select West region. And here, as we can see, there are 3 states, but in California, there are 74 stores. In Arizona, it's 10 stores, and they are producing greater average profit. What if we close some stores in California? Wouldn't it save some cost because the demand could be covered by the rest of the stores, no? That's something I definitely should discuss with my colleagues. When I select California right now, as you see, thanks to Qlik, I see details linked to my selections, linked to Region West and State California. And now I see that this is exactly the area where multiple stores are. So I can specifically select this area and share my thoughts with my colleagues. As was explained under this button, I can just click here, and there is a way how I can share my findings. So shouldn't we close some stores here? Okay, I sent my comment. And now when John Doe or Martin Kostic opens this application, he or she, in case of Martin, he obviously, sees that there is a new comment sent by Maria Oreska and today at this time. And he can very easily click here on this button to see my comment. You don't need to reload the application. It's just there when you click the save button. And then he reads, shouldn't we close some stores here? It might save us cost. What is she talking about? I need to know. What stores does she have in mind? Yeah, and the solution to it is this button, because you can apply selections. So in one click, I see exactly the context of the application that was here when I shared my thoughts, when I shared my comments. And since we are in Qlik, naturally, I can continue in this analysis. And that's something you can't do when you share some screenshots or export via email or Slack or Team or any other communication channel, right? This is Qlik. This is the power of Qlik. Another advantage, naturally, is that you don't need to share any sensitive data about your profits and your strategic plans outside of the Qlik where the data is. So let me go to the next sheet. And here, what I see here is the overview of the sales team. So there are salespeople, the region, sales, profit, quantity, transactions. Okay. But Carl, what about Carl? I know he's performing quite well. So there is no reason there should be 0. It must be a data quality issue. What can I do? Yeah, I can take a screenshot and share it via email or Teams or Slack or something like that. Or I can open it on the next call we will have with IT guys, if I remember. What I can do right now by myself is that I can add a note to this very specific row that there is something wrong with the data. As always in Qlik, I need to go to the edit mode if I want to do any changes on the sheet. And in the custom object section on the left side, under Infinity bundle section, I have here multiple Infinity objects. The one I want to use is forms general. That's the editable table. Since Infinity Forms is Qlik native, you can convert already existing Qlik native table into editable one. And this error is completely okay, no worries. It's here because I haven't specified where my manual inputs should be stored, right? If I want to add some comments, it needs to be stored somewhere. But again, it's something that's really, really easy and quick. I just need to go to the Infinity portal in the current version. In the future, it will be even more easier. So I need to go to the Infinity portal right now. Here I'm in the section new form instance, so I'll say that it's my new testing instance or anything. I hit the button create new form. It creates XML file on the Infinity server that is ready to be used for my manual inputs. And this form instance ID is its unique identifier. So I need to copy and paste it to the properties panel. Ta-da, it works. But still, I don't have any manual inputs, right? So I just need to click on the button Add Field. It can't be simpler. I thought about it. No, it can't be simpler than click on the button Add Field when I want to add new field. It can be called Note. This is the technical name of the field, and this one is what is shown to end users. I can say that it needs to be a bit larger. Type of this field is going to be a free text because it's just a note. If I want, I can go through the other properties, but that's not necessary. This is it. It must be a data quality issue. Done. I just saved my comment on a very specific row in my table, and it's available to anyone who opens the application. Again, without any reload. Whenever he opens the application in Infinity Forms object, you always see the most actual data. And as you see, the changelog is there by default. That's a big advantage because knowing what happened, who did it, and when, that's crucial. So yeah, this was an example of how I can add editable field here. But now, seeing that there are sales data, profit data, quantity, transactions, can I enter bonuses here? I have them somewhere in a spreadsheet. So why not to do it here? Yeah, sure. Add field. What? Bonus. Type can be currency. Sorry, I need to move the videos. So type will be currency. We can make it a bit larger and move it before note. Then some kind of approval. naturally the bonus should be approved by someone. Okay, not by default. The approval as the decision is important. So there can be a traffic light. Again, move it before the node. And it's ready to be used. It's a really simple version, yeah, of how the approval process around the bonuses can be defined, but it is working, and it is working where the data is. And if you are now thinking about more advanced use cases, even specifically about the bonuses and the processes and approvals and so on, it's something that also can be done directly in Qlik SaaS with Inphinity. So let me go to the next sheet I have prepared. And you'll see the business application built together by using Inphinity and Qlik. When I select the specific salesperson right now, I see the details coming from a data model, so automatically pre-filled data based on the CRM, based on any other system I'm using. I can combine them with manual inputs collected from the HR team, in other use cases naturally collected by other people in my company, but it really is the powerful combination of data and manual input. I can save the data. Again, it's done, it's ready, it's collected, it's saved. But those bonuses, yeah. So here I have a form for the bonus calculation. There's something called quantitative part. I'm not sure whether I pronounced it well, but sorry if not. And then there are manual inputs, yeah, because it's the advanced way how you can calculate bonuses. So naturally, some kind of feedback should be included. Efficiency of a person might be in place to be considered, commitment, and naturally special bonus. As you see, this final bonus is calculated automatically, even without saving the data. And that's exactly the way how you can simulate or do what-if scenarios directly in Inphinity forms, without any reloads, without any recalculations. It's here right now. And as I see, Angie is simulating the real life right now because she is editing this record by herself. And thanks to the real life collaboration, I have this information here. Right now, it's locked for me because it's edited by Angie. Yeah, so it completely makes sense. We don't have different versions of Excel files or something. Nope, it's done here. And when someone is editing it, it's not available for the others. Thank you, Angie. You don't need to refresh the window. It doesn't need to be reloaded. It really is the real life, real-time collaboration. Yeah. So back to the bonuses. When I'm doing these changes, somehow it is recalculated. But do you know how? Obviously, this special bonus is just plus something. But what if I do this? What if I do this? What's the impact on the final bonus, right? Naturally, there might be a reverse engineering, and you will find the formula in the end. But is it something you really want to spend time on? I don't think so. The answer, again, is a simple button that explains to me the logic how something is calculated. Here I see the final bonus is calculated by using the base, that's 10% of profit. This is the way how feedback is included. This is the way how efficiency is there, commitment, as well as the special bonus. And this is just a simple example. I can imagine there are much more advanced calculations in your real life use cases that would need to be visualized, so everyone who should understand how it's calculated can find it quickly and where the data is, where it is calculated.
I just have to say, because I have to say every time you show that, I was the CFO for 10 years, and that is the most amazing thing. Being able to explain how a KPI that's used for a bonus is actually calculated. Just click the little button, And you can see, I just love it. Yeah. I mean, in real life, how often you say the same thing again and again and again and again. You have it right there. Yeah, nice and visual for anyone. Anyone can understand.
Just imagine what would be the alternative, right? So you would have to go to the edit panel, search for the calculation, then drill like which fields actually it consists.
And what if you are analyzer user?
Yeah, then you're sorry. Because
You'll need to ask for documentation, or you might ask your team leader or someone in IT. Is really IT the right source for information how the bonus is calculated? Yeah, it opens so many discussions and so.
And the leaders have to remember too, because they also forget it's calculated.
Yeah.
And you can still pick up a phone and call someone, right? That's like also
there might be a button for that in the future too, if you want.
Yeah.
But thank you for highlighting this. Yeah, for me, it's the thing I live in. But yeah, I can imagine this really can make a big difference in the way how Qlik applications are used, especially if that's something that's a standard. Yeah, because if it becomes familiar to end users that there always is a button explaining, then it really gives them confidence to use the application, to explore new application, because they count on things like this. So yeah, very true. And we mentioned actionability, yeah? So even for those who don't think this was actionable enough, there is this approval button. So again, I can very easily say whether or not this bonus is calculated. Naturally, this might be available only to directors or team leaders or, yeah, anything. It's just the question of customization. But the next sheet contains the magic. And before we come to that, let me show you one last thing, and that's on the right side of this sheet. So as you can see on this sheet very quickly, there are products, sales by week, by region. So yeah, it's about making decision how to increase our sales. Yeah, quite often asked question. And what you see on the right side is the simple way how you can simulate adjustments to a price. So if I select a specific product, thanks to Qlik, it's all recalculated. And now I can make adjustments and see the impact of this simple adjustment right now, right there in milliseconds. So this is a great way to start thinking about price adjustments. But naturally, if you need to do that decision, make that decision in the real life, you need to understand how the price is calculated, because it's not like I can decrease or increase the price. No, it should be linked to something. It can be to margin, some cost might be changed, and so on. And for that particular case, there is this button that asks me whether I want to be redirected to another Qlik SaaS application. Sure. Show it to me. And in this application, there is nothing else than exactly how the price is calculated. So this is more complex, more advanced way how you can simulate price adjustments. So let me select the specific product. We were thinking about dollars. And now when I do the changes here, Qlik native variables, it's recalculated directly in this diagram. So I'm going to change rand. So look here and here. When I change it, it's really changed here in the rand, and you see its impact also on the final price. And I can do that with every single input to my price. Naturally, right now, there can be another button saying that this is the final decision. Yeah, let's do it, or let's discuss that on the next call, next board meeting, or something like that. But this is the thing you need to understand, you need to present if you want to make a confident decision. Any thoughts on that? Angie, Martin, Dalton, Lyle?
Well, I would just add that we have to apologize to all Qlik users, basically, because with this, it seems like Qlik is not a BI tool anymore, right? It's a control center.
You are creating that problem, absolutely.
Problem or opportunity? Yeah.
Depends if you're a solution architect or you're the salesperson trying to explain it. It is incredible.
But in the end, both and including the end user will be very, very appreciating this, because in the end, you have this somewhere. Yeah, it's on in the Excel file, it's in the email, in some documentation, it's somewhere, or in your head. That's quite difficult to share, especially if you need to go on a sick leave, for example. Yeah, and there is a backup, not knowing this information.
Right.
Having it here centralized with all the data you have, it's really easy. So now let's go to the magic called Qlik Application Automation. So what you see here on this sheet about the products and product details is again Infinity Forms object. But in this case, I can select the specific product name, to deep dive into my analytics, or I just noted there is a comment. John Doe, let me know these numbers are very low. Let's focus on these items in Q3. Okay, as we already know, this is the way how I can see the context that was here on the screen when he sent the comment. Okay, this is really bad. We definitely should do something about it. So what we can do is schedule a call to discuss. And it definitely is the highest priority. And let's say that Adam Newman is the person responsible for that. This is the button how I can apply my decision, not to just one row, but to all rows I see based on my selections. And when I hit the save button, it doesn't just save the data. Because when I just say that this action needs to be done, it's okay, but Andy Newman doesn't know about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that definitely could and should be automated. Why to write another email when I already made a decision right here? So let me show you also my, okay, this is something you shouldn't see, but no problem. And hopefully it's the right automation, because today I played with notifications across different platforms, but we'll see. When I hit the save button here, it saves the data. It notifies me right here that new actions have been assigned. It's under my account because I set it up, but that's just a matter of settings. But it contains all the details about these decisions. It contains owners. Naturally, it can be formatted in a really nice way and so on. It's just a matter of time, how much you want to spend on it. But even now, it contains all information about the decisions that were made in the Qlik application. And as a user, if you want to see details in the Qlik application, you can click here and it just opens the application for you. So again, it really can't be easier. And yeah, other thing regarding this Qlik application automation that sends the notification is that it doesn't end there. Yeah, because when I make this decision and there needs to be a schedule discussed, maybe the sales team uses the CRM system for storing the information or planning their calls, their events and meetings and so on. So this QAA can, Qlik application automation, can also create those events directly in the CRM system.
Mm-hmm.
Without any manual input needed, without you going to the CRM system. No, just on clicking the save button.
Mm-hmm.
And that's powerful. With the right software, with the right systems, many actions and many tasks can be automated, and they should be. And I see, okay, here I'm twice because I opened it twice. Okay, real-time collaboration works. Now I collaborate with myself. Okay, so let me go to the last sheet of mine. This is supposed to be hidden, sorry. And let me summarize quickly what I tried to showcase. I really hope it's quite clear that in Qlik SaaS, in Qlik in general, but also in Qlik SaaS with Inphinity, you can comment on data where the data is. You don't need to do any more exports, screenshots, sending personal or sensitive information outside of the Qlik. It's not needed. And it's not only about the chatting tool. It really covers different types of comments. As you saw, there was this object commenting where I can share my thoughts and my insights with my colleagues, but we also added notes on a row level. There was also this form for the bonus calculation, so multiple options are available. It's only up to you which one is the best for a specific use case. But data doesn't need to leave the environment. The next pillar was transparency, because transparency brings confidence. And when it comes to transparency, you can think about transparency in data. Yeah, these calculations. When you understand how the bonus is calculated, you can make the decision whether you will change this input or not. And you can also make the decision whether you will approve it or not. The very same with the pricing calculation. So understanding how the data is calculated, but also where the data comes from as part of some information panel brings confidence, and users will be able to rely on data. Transparency on the application level means I know how I should use the application, even if I'm not Lara Croft. There is information, there is a guide for me how to do it. And when I understand it, when I see it, I'm confident to do it, and I will do it. I will use this application because it makes sense. Third one, last but not least, transparency in processes means you understand the processes. You know why you are doing what you are doing. You know who you are waiting for in some kind of the process, the step before you, right? And once the process is transparent, is clear, it can be measured, bottlenecks could be found, and naturally the process can be optimized. And the third pillar is make decisions where the data is. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's so powerful to make decisions where the data is. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but as I show you on the last sheet, also trigger workflows. There can be almost infinity options how to automate the processes, how to integrate the Qlik SaaS application with almost all the softwares you are using, thanks to what Qlik SaaS offers you. But that will be up to Dalton to show you at least a bit more about that. And for me, just saying that Qlik SaaS with Inphinity is far beyond dashboards. That's enough. It's already mind-blowing for me, and I'm really happy I can be the one sharing that with you. But it was once told to me that when I'm doing presentations like this, especially when there is some business people in the audience, I should talk about results. So my last thought is that confident decisions made by people based on data that were previously discussed with others definitely leads to results. So that's all from my side.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
it was interesting.
Thank you so much.